Someone has very rightly said that great artists are people who find the way to be themselves in their art. And today, here at the Adda Podcast, I am indeed honored to interact with such a talented and graceful artist, Pooja Uberoi. Pooja, welcome to the show, and I would request you to please tell our listeners a bit about yourself.
Hi, Vrinda. Thank you, first of all, for having me on the show. And thank you to Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. My name is Pooja Uberoi, and I own an artistic dance company called Ikigai USA, which started in India and has presence in New York and now Miami, Florida. The reason I started this company in USA was to make sure that I could stay in touch with my culture, and I love Bollywood music and movies just like many others. So I wanted to spread the message of Indian dance through Bollywood music and dance, and I feel like anybody and everybody here connects to this form of dance and music. So that was the main reason to start this company, Ikigai USA.
That is interesting, and I must say that this is the very first episode with someone from entertainment industry. So I'm sure our listeners can already sense the energetic vibes. So Pooja, for how long have you been into dancing and choreography, and what inspired you?
I have been a dancer for over 20 years and I've been a teacher and I was running a studio in India with over 5,000 students and I was heading one of the biggest dance companies, the Dance Works in Mumbai before I moved to New York. And this just started with my passion for dance and I wanted to take up dance as a career and uh, this is a part of my journey for Ikigai USA because when I was a kid and I wanted to take up dance, we did not have YouTube or any reference to show our parents that this is a viable career, especially coming from India, being a girl. It wasn't very easy for everybody to support a career like dance.
That is true.
So I wanted to be a dancer and I wanted to show everybody to my parents and to, assure my parents more than show that this is a viable career and I can be financially independent and I can follow my passion and be happy doing what I want to do every day. And that's how the concept of Ikigai was always there in my mind.
And I'm sure that you've set the bar right. So, what is the concept of Ikigai and how well is it related to dancing?
Ikigai actually in Japanese, iki means life and gai means your value or worth. And they say that Ikigai is your life purpose or your bliss. And that is something that brings us joy and inspires us to get out of bed every day. But also a lot of different philosophical concepts, added to this. And it became a concept where you could live a life full of passion and you could make that your vocation and do it every day. But it was also something that will add value and meaning to the world, which is your mission. You're contributing to making the world a better place. And lastly, that as an artist, you should be able to ask money for what you do and make it your profession. So when I thought of all of these things, it made perfect sense for me because I had been living this concept for a couple of years and I had been fighting for this to tell everybody that it is possible for a girl to be a dancer and earn money and also add value to the world. So that's how Ikigai was born, Ikigai USA, my company. And then from there on, I have been trying to use dance as a medium to spread happiness and fitness and to make sure I can live my passion too.
This is pretty inspiring. Pooja, as mentioned in your bio, there's a lot that you do apart from typical dancing and choreography. So, would you like to share it with our listeners out there?
Sure. Yes, besides dance and choreography, I also am a director and I directed a musical 2 years back on the life of Guru Nanak Ji on his 500th birth anniversary. And it was presented for 2,000 people at NJ Pack, and Hassan Minaj was one of the performers too on the same show. So I directed that show.
Amazing. I feel the true trait in an artist is that of staying connected to the roots.
And all of that came through my work in dance. I, learned how to do costumes, production lights, everything throughout my journey of dance. And along with that, I also started working on my business skills and business acumen because I believe that, it's really great to be an artist, but you cannot only focus on art on in today's times. You have to be able to promote and talk about your work and your art and to show people what you're creating. So I think it is great if one can educate themselves in running a business, managing a business, promoting it, and also adding other skills to your artistic journey. I also decided because of the same reason, to create events and shows to, share my dance journey through these events. So one of the things that I do in New York City is called the New York City Dance Festival. And our mission is to bring out the diversity of dance in New York. Because when I moved to New York first and I saw the show, I saw only one style of dance, which was only ballet and contemporary, done by the same kind of artist. And, I saw 10 performances in a show and I was like, there is no diversity, even though New York City has so much diversity. And that's why I decided to work on this festival and create something. And today I'm producing and directing this show. The festival is 14 years old already. I joined them 5 years back. So this is what I do. And I also recently just hosted one of the biggest and the first Diwali events in Florida because I realized there isn't something that is connecting the Indian community in Florida. So I hosted this event where we had 500 people attend the first ever Diwali event in Miami. And it was a great hit. And I think it was great for the community because everybody got together, whether it was Indians and non-Indians. And my whole idea of connecting people through music, dance, and Indian culture was a great hit. So, yes, I do choreographies, I do events, I also direct musical theater, Bollywood musicals. I also in 2019 was the tour coordinator for one of the biggest Bollywood musicals from India, which we brought to Tennessee to perform at Dollywood with Dolly Parton. So I also try to promote South Asian artists outside of the US to come and showcase their talents and art here. So trying to do whatever I can do so that the coming generations don't have to face the same issues I had to face to become an artist.
I must say, Pooja, your passion is truly commendable. Be it any creative industry, it always commands for persistence, adaptability, and newness. So, how do you manage to maintain that flow?
Yes, I think the creative industry, you said it right, requires you to really think out of the box, and I think we have to change every day, and that is what creativity is all about. It is about creating something new every day, and especially I'm just going to talk about the last 2 years. Because I have been very, very flexible all throughout as an artist, and I believe in adapting the new inventions and the new systems that have come up in business or in the creative industry. And I feel like with that, because of that quality, I was thriving during COVID because I was able to immediately get on Zoom the day we had a lockdown and I started doing classes. And I was teaching more classes during COVID that I actually taught in person because there is a limitation in terms of in person. You have to travel and that all of that was eliminated, and I think I did a lot more work during COVID than I've done otherwise. So I think learning the new technology and changing yourself, adapting yourself with all the digital transformation especially is very important. I also completely took to the internet and did a couple of courses and trained myself with all the digital tools available, and because of which we were able to produce our festival completely remotely online, and we did not cancel or anything, either our shows or the Dancer for a Day program or my classes. We had more press and radio interviews during COVID than ever. So I think you just have to keep yourself abreast with all the latest information, and you have to constantly educate yourself. And everything is available online and on the internet these days. So you just have to have a very flexible mind, and you have to be able to have your goals in cement and think that, okay, I have to achieve this, but how you do it, your method should be very flexible, and it should be with the times if you have to grow and progress.
Yeah, very rightly said, learning never stops. So, since you have done all these courses, now how well are you using digital media resources to gain significant outreach?
So just like I mentioned that during COVID, I completely trained myself and I started working, in fact, with a tech company because I wanted to train and learn myself about the latest innovations. And I have I've been online and I've been doing all the courses possible related to the digital transformation and new technology. And I've been attending a lot of webinars that companies like Facebook or Loom or GoDaddy have been hosting. So it's a great way to educate yourself. Plus, I think I have started using all the tools that are available. There are a lot of apps, a lot of tools online that are available, uh, because of which there are a lot of marketing tools now. There are funnels, there is Instagram, which is great to connect with people and to collaborate. And I think over the last 2 years, people have become more open and more ready to experiment and collaborate. So I think the biggest way is just to reach out to anybody online, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, and ask them to collaborate, and people are more than willing to do it. And then, of course, you can use all these online tools like Restream, like Airtable. I use Buffer for social media. Experimenting with all the tools that are available, and then you decide at the end of the day what is good for your business and which tools you can keep and follow through.
That's great. In fact, I have been following your content on Instagram and it's superb. Pooja, one last question. You have been our member for quite a while. So, how has PCC added value to your network and professional growth?
I would say that PCC, I got connected to PCC through one of your members, Jyoti, and PCC has always been such an instrumental source in connecting all Punjabis and keeping our culture alive. And I think that is how I really appreciate their value addition to the community. PCC has also been conducting a lot of seminars and webinars that I listen to, which are very knowledgeable. And I think what you're doing, Vrinda, in terms of expert Adda is amazing because this way, sitting at home, we can listen to other PCC members and we can even connect with them all over the world and not just in our city. So that way, PCC is a great professional and networking resource. It's also a very good social resource because we are really looking to connect with people who, in the long run, become our friends. And I've met some of the best people through PCC. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys grow and we're able to reach out to more members all over the world.
Thank you so much, Pooja. It was an interesting experience interacting with you today, and I hope our listeners too loved your story and vision.
Thank you once again to PCC and Varinda for having me on your show. And before I leave, I just wanted to share that you can all connect with me on my Instagram or my website, both of which is Ikigai USA, www.ikigaiusa.com. My Instagram is Ikigai USA, and I am Pooja Uberoi. Whether you need any help or resource related to dance, entertainment, events, weddings, you can reach out to me, or if you just want to chat and ask me questions, because that's how I got till here. So thank you, Vrinda. Thank you, PCC.
To keep listening to our upcoming episodes or to share your story, please visit punjabichamber.com or contact us by writing to the address mentioned in the description.